How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we are talking about why you need 4.7 Ethereum. Now, right off the bat, that's kind of a crazy number, right? Where would I come up with that number? Well, I'll explain it throughout the video, but we are making some assumptions here. Just in every one of these videos, right? We are going to make some assumptions for the price of Ethereum over time. We're going to use educated guesses or predictions or what massive banks are saying, stuff like that. And we're going to run through a couple different scenarios. Now, of course, you can say Ethereum's going to 1,000 or 1,000,000 in 10 years. So it's going to be kind of based on what you think, but I'm going to give some numbers behind it, why I think it could hit different milestones. We're actually going to compare it to something that will give cold hard numbers and really make sense of it all. And we're going to do a little bit explaining what the crypto is right off the bat so that some people can get a little bit of background if you haven't seen that already or you don't know what the crypto is. Now, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate that. Please hit subscribe down below. Also, I've been making some of these videos and I made a playlist. So it's called the You Need playlist. I'll put it down in the description and then I'll also put it on the end screen. So we go through VeChain, Cardano, we go through Bitcoin and some other things too. So we're going to take a look at Ethereum today. Ethereum is an open source blockchain-based platform used to create and share business, financial, and entertainment applications. Ethereum users pay fees to dApps. These fees are called gas because they vary depending on the computational power required. Okay, so a lot of words there. It is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, right behind Bitcoin. A lot of people consider Bitcoin to be like digital gold, and Ethereum is like the internet. So a lot of things are built on top of it. Now, why would someone want a dApp? What's a dApp? Well, it's a decentralized application. The nice thing about it is there's no single point of failure, so it's very difficult for governments or powerful individuals to control the network, right? Compared to something like Facebook or something like that, it's much more difficult to infiltrate and to mess with. No downtime, so relying on a peer-to-peer system ensures that the dApps continue to work even if the individual computers go down. Blockchain based and open source. So blockchain, everyone can see it. They are made of smart contracts and open source. Different developers and different people can work on the system. So pretty cool there, right? It's not as centralized as a lot of other applications. Now, there are a couple big things coming for Ethereum. Real quick, EIP 1559, which changes the transaction fees. So part of the transaction fees are actually going to be burned. So that's going to split it into a base fee and a tip. So the base fees are actually going to be burned, and then the miners are getting the secondary fee. So pretty cool there. So hopefully over time, this could actually be deflationary and actually take Ethereum off the network. Then also, they've been talking about Ethereum 2.0 for a very long time. This will move it over to proof of stake from proof of work, making it much more efficient and making the miners not use as much energy. Now, how can we quantify Ethereum, right? We can go through all this all day long, but how can we quantify it? Well, if you've looked into the crypto, you know that more dApps and more applications are built on it than a lot of other cryptocurrency blockchains. But how can you put numbers to it? Okay, so if we look at transactions a quarter from Ethereum, we actually can see those numbers, right? They announce them. So we have Ethereum transaction volume. It increased 20x to 713 billion in Q1 of 2021 compared to 33 billion. Okay, great, but what does this mean? We can take a look at PayPal. PayPal did about 285 billion. And PayPal is valued at about $355 billion. Okay, so putting all this together here, Ethereum volume was about 2.5, almost exactly 2.5 times the volume of PayPal. Now, Ethereum growth year over year was over 2,000%, at over 20x'd. We have PayPal that grew 49%. So normally that would be awesome, right? But compared to Ethereum, it looks pretty bad. So it grew 49% though, year over year, quarter over quarter. If we take Ethereum's market cap and we valued it based on PayPal's volume and market cap, right? Because PayPal is actually worth significantly more, almost over $100 billion more, and it's doing only 1 out of every 2.5 in the amount of transaction volume. So it's it's doing a very small amount in transactions compared to Ethereum. So if Ethereum was valued the same way, it would be valued around 838 billion, which would put that at a price of $7,200 per Ethereum. So to become a millionaire, you need about 140 Ethereum right now. Right off the bat, you would need 140 Ethereum. But there are some apps like the ones down below, like on BlockFi and on Voyager. I have links to both of those that give you bonuses and they give you interest rates. So if you had the Ethereum today and you're saying, okay, maybe it will actually start being fairly valued by 2025, like 5 years down the road, and you got interest every single year, you get over 5% interest or just at 5% interest, you would only need 110 Ethereum today. So I realize that that's still a lot for a lot of people. So we're going to go into some other scenarios, right? Because these are going to continue to grow. We have 2,000% growth in 1 year. So this is not going to continue at the same size as now, at the same market cap. The price of Ethereum should go up over time as it continues to grow. We might not see 2,000% 5 years down the line, but I think it will definitely affect the market cap. So what could it be valued in the future? Well, we have something called the flippening. We've seen Goldman Sachs talk about it, how it could actually overtake Bitcoin, how Ethereum could be valued much higher. We have a lot of other institutions saying the same thing. A lot of people just in the crypto space think that that could happen. But right now we're far away from that. So Bitcoin right now is around 33,000, is a market cap of 637 billion. Ethereum's just over 2,000 and has a market cap of 237 billion. So it's a far cry from Bitcoin now. But a lot of people think that it could actually flip Bitcoin in the future. So let's take a look at that scenario. We'll put the scenario as Bitcoin's at 100,000 because a lot of people think that could hit 100,000. That's still much less than the market cap of gold, about 1/6 the market cap of gold. And we'll put Ethereum equal pace to Bitcoin. So it has flipped Bitcoin, or it's the same as Bitcoin. It's around $2 trillion. So that would put it at about $16,000, which is about double that price scenario that we gave over here. That is based on the same as PayPal. So maybe a couple years down the line, it flips Bitcoin, or maybe a year down the line, maybe the end of the year. So cash to become a millionaire. If you invested right now into Ethereum and it was going to grow to this, you would need about $123,000, which would be 62 ETH. But again, it would be less than that if you could get a sweet, sweet interest rate, right? So you need 62 ETH today to then become a millionaire based on this. Now, I'm not saying that becoming a millionaire in crypto in a few years is going to be easy, right? If you put in 123 grand and you became a millionaire, that would be awesome. That's an awesome return in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years. That beats the index funds. But let's think about even a more bullish case scenario. Again, I'm not saying this will necessarily happen, but we can try to come up with another scenario that might be a little bit more bullish, because again, this is still a lot less than the market cap of gold, and a lot of people think Bitcoin is a much better version of gold. So let's look at this next scenario. And this is actually kind of coming from Goldman Sachs. So I reverse engineered a couple different articles that they've talked about crypto in, and they said, well, one of their ex-analysts said that Bitcoin could hit $1 million one day. They've also said Ethereum could eclipse Bitcoin one day. So if we put those two together, Bitcoin at $1 million is about a $19 trillion Bitcoin. That would be about 1.5 times, a little bit more than that, 1.5 to 2 times the price of gold. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you're saying, hey, this could be gold 2.0. It's a much better version of gold. There's no risk of inflation where an asteroid comes in and brings in a bunch of gold. They're not bringing in a bunch of Bitcoin to devalue, right? But they could devalue gold. So maybe it is a lot stronger than gold over time. So let's say Bitcoin's at almost $20 trillion. I realize that that's a pretty high number, but we're saying 2025, maybe it's even further down the line. It doesn't really matter. What we're looking at is how much you would need. So Ethereum would be, if it was the same market cap, $164,000. Now, I've seen numbers higher than this. I've seen numbers lower than this. It's hard to tell where it is going in the future. But if we had this price, how much would we need to become a millionaire today? We need about $12,300. Now, this would be about 6 Ethereum. Now, that still is a lot of money for some people. I realize that. That is a significant amount of money for most people. So if you get the interest rate though, if you get the interest rate, you buy Ethereum today on BlockFi or on Voyager and you get a 5% interest rate. Sometimes these interest rates go up and down depending on the market, but let's say you average a 5% over 5 years. That would give you an extra 1.3 Ethereum by the end of the 5 years, which means you would only need 4.7 Ethereum today in this very bullish scenario to become an Ethereum millionaire. Now, this is to become a millionaire in just Ethereum. I think that you should diversify. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you any kind of advice, but I think diversification is key. I do like other cryptocurrencies that are supposed to be future Ethereum killers, but I have more money in Ethereum than some of those other cryptocurrencies like BNB or Cardano and stuff like that. So overall, I am bullish on the whole crypto space. I'm not sure we'll necessarily get to this scenario. And if we do, it will be years down the line, in my opinion. But I could see a world where we do see a 6-figure Ethereum. Now, let me know, what do you think about this down below? How many Ethereum do you have? How much do you want to get overall? I know I am building up my stack of Ethereum and Bitcoin and Cardano and BNB pretty much weekly at this point. I love dollar cost averaging. I think that is the way to go over time. But let me know your thoughts on this down below. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. If you guys want, there is that playlist at the end that I'll put up on how much you need for different cryptocurrencies to become a millionaire. And there are those links down to Voyager and BlockFi. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.